Good evening. Thank you for everyone for coming out this evening. Members of the public who have spoken in support of the CMRR. Sorry, that's okay. Members of the public who have spoken out in support of the CMRR nuclear facility, who just left, have, for the most part, pointed to jobs that would...
See if that's better.
Much feedback.
It's worse.
My time's not starting yet.
No, trust me, we'll accommodate you. All right.
Members of the public who have spoken in support of the CMRR nuclear facility so far have pointed to the jobs that it would produce. NukeWatch New Mexico agrees that more jobs are sorely needed in northern New Mexico. We don't agree that the CMRR nuclear facility is the right way to get these jobs. First of all, it is wrong to advocate nuclear weapons programs as a job program. Secondly, $6 billion for an expanded production complex for plutonium bomb triggers is an astronomical amount of money, but what do we really get in the way of added jobs? The answer is nothing. There is no net increase in permanent jobs. This is not just NukeWatch saying this. This is the supplemental EIS saying it also. The CMRR-NF would not create additional jobs. It would simply relocate existing employees from an old facility to a new facility, one that would cost around $10,000 a square foot to build. To quote the summary of the supplemental EIS, approximately 550 workers would be at the CMRR facility. They would come from the old CMR building and other facilities at LANL, so the facility would not increase employment or change socioeconomic conditions in the region. I'll say that last line again. So the facility would not increase employment or change socioeconomic conditions in the region. What the $6 billion, approximately, CMRR project would do is help preserve the socioeconomic status quo for Los Alamos County, which is already the sixth richest county in the United States and is tied for the lowest unemployment rate in the United States. This is all while public school teachers are being laid off in neighboring Rio Arriba County and the majority of the states across the country. The nuclear facility does create additional construction jobs, but these are limited to last only a finite period of time. The SEIS states that there will be an average of only 420 construction jobs over 9 years, with a peak of 790 jobs. The SEIS further states construction employment would represent less than 1% of the regional workforce and would have little socioeconomic effect. In short, it's remarkable how little $6 billion buys for northern New Mexico. Let's look at the math. For the sake of discussion, let's assume that the average construction worker makes $40 an hour for 2,000 hours during an average work year. With an average of 420 construction workers over 9 years, that would be a payroll of a little over $300 million, or just 5% of the total project costs. This is less than has already been spent so far for the design alone of the CMRR facility. Design costs are now at $500 million and climbing. And have we seen any socioeconomic gain from that? Has anybody noticed? NukeWatch New Mexico argues that far more jobs could be created than through almost any federal effort over the CMRR nuclear facility. Its limited positive socioeconomic impacts will stay mostly in Los Alamos County and will hardly be noticed in the rest of northern New Mexico. Only crumbs will roll off the hill to the rest of us as usual. To invoke a cliche, why can't we have clean jobs and why can't we have clean green jobs instead of mean jobs? A $6 billion plutonium investment will lock Los Alamos' future into the hopefully shrinking business of nuclear weapons production and research, and will be a loser in the long run for job production. Full cleanup of LANL's radioactive waste dump at Area G is estimated to cost $32 billion, but the lab opposes that form of cleanup because it's too expensive. This may be, but while protecting our environment in the Rio Grande, what a job producer comprehensive cleanup at the lab would be. Thank you.
Thank you.